Okay, but did Curt Schilling come along on the ballot at the wrong time? Because if he
Yeah.
was, if Schilling is on the ballot now, is he a Hall of Famer?
If he takes down his social media account and he stays quiet, I mean, really, that's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. He opened his mouth and people didn't like it. I voted for him every year. To me, he was Don Drysdale with a better postseason. Curt Schilling was a history changer. It's easy for me to vote for guys who change history. CC changed history, whether it was the stretch run with Milwaukee, all-time legendary stuff, or he signs with the Yankees, huge deal. They win his first year there, and he's the guy, the MVP of the ALCS. Schilling changed history. We can think about games at the top of our head that he influenced, essentially won himself. That to me is a Hall of Famer. And he was tracking that way until he ticked off a lot of journalists and said the wrong things they didn't agree
But how
with.
much is that supposed to factor in, Tom?
Yeah, I don't think it does, Dan. I think, listen, I didn't agree with what he said, but I vote on someone's playing
But
career.
he didn't cheat the game. You got guys who cheated the game, and we want them in the Hall of Fame.
That's my big beef with PEDs, Dan. It really affects how the game is played, the competitive aspect of the game. The most basic rule of competing in sports is play fairly. You hear it on the playground, you hear it in Major League Baseball. Don't create an uneven playing field. What Schilling did as a player, I don't see any evidence that, what his political views, his social views affected how he played the game. So I'm with you on that. It's not to say that you ignore it. You can disagree with it, as I do, but doesn't mean you have to say, oh, therefore I'm not voting for the Hall of Fame. Very interesting to see what happens now because he's off the writer's ballot. If a room full of 16 people in a Veterans Committee, 12 of them think, yeah, we're going to look past what he said and put him in the Hall of Fame.
I'll leave you with this, with the Dodgers and the amount of money that they're spending. They're not breaking any rules. If that's my ownership, I'm thrilled that they want to ensure we're going to have a great team. Is there any recourse with baseball of doing anything about this in the future?
No, not now. They're playing by the rules, as you said. I mean, they have $1 billion in deferred money. But Guggenheim, the company that owns the Dodgers, has about $350 billion in deferred money. So this is pocket change for what they do and how they operate. And I think you have to look at the fact too, Dan, that their infrastructure, right? Their technology, their coaching, everything they do to create a working atmosphere for players is top of the charts great.